Hey everybody. Hi, Nibbles. I think we're here for our first close-up with Nibbles, which is unusual for us to do the first close-up after she's been here for a while and had her babies. I was waiting to do a close-up until I got some tech stuff sorted out, and I still haven't got it sorted, but it seemed like this was too important to put it off if I was able to do one, which I think we are. Yes, and it seems like we are, so there we go. I can see some folks in the chat now, so I can tell it is working. So because you haven't met her in official close-up yet, this is our mom cat, Nibbles. And Nibbles came to us, I want to say from West Virginia. That sounds right to me. And she's been here for a bit over a week. And just over the weekend then, she, on Saturday, had 5 little babies. And she set the baby speed record here at Kitten Academy. There's some people on the Discord that keep track of those things, and she didn't just set the record, she blew the previous record away, having these kittens as fast as has ever been done. She delivered all 5 kittens in just over an hour. So it was pretty remarkable, just one kitten right after the other. Real fast. It's very unusual to get 5 kittens in just over an hour. Anyway, I brought her some food. I don't know if she's going to want to eat while we're sitting here, but I was hoping she would. This is Mom Cat Special. I put it in this bowl because I thought it would be easier to get under her chin, but it doesn't seem like that's working. Also doesn't seem like she wants it right now, so that's okay. All right. She's been pretty reluctant to leave her kittens so far since Saturday. She did finally get out and use the litter box and have a little bit of food, but she's kind of a nervous mom, and if the kittens make the slightest bit of sound, she runs right back to the box to see what they're up to. She's not super nervous, though. She doesn't mind if I handle them. She just kind of wants to see what I'm doing. So not too bad. And we are going to meet all of the kittens here in just a second. I already weighed them this morning, but I kind of want to know how they're doing. So it doesn't hurt if we weigh them again. And I don't know if anybody wants to put it in the spreadsheet. That's fine, although not really necessary. Someone posted the contraptions announcement to Bone Apple Tea because we said contraptions. Is that why? That's so funny. I subscribe to Bone Apple Tea on Reddit. I think it's pretty funny. It's a subreddit about how people, sort of mess up words. Bone Apple Tea is the name of it because of Bon Appetit, and it's all stuff like that. So that's funny if our kitten announcement turned up on there. Of course, we say contraptions just because that's from The Office, so we're saying it wrong on purpose, but I guess it still counts. So let's meet the little tiny kittens and see them up close for a minute. I've got a cheat sheet here from Izamomo on Discord that printed out the pictures from the first day, and you can see the kittens are named the Qtensils as a group. DJ was pretty proud of that. I'm proud of her too. That's a pretty good one. You can see all the pictures and names here, but we'll go through them one at a time now. And we're just going to go ahead and start up the scale, too, so we can see what's up. So let's see. Oh, this one doesn't say hello. How rude. I got out the more delicate scale because I was concerned about Teaspoon, the orange kitten, his weight yesterday, but it turns out that the scale I was reading was just wrong, and his weight was fine. So let's go. Let's check it out. So I think we're going to try to go in some kind of order, and I think Ramekin was the one that was born first. Our little black and white Tuxie was the first one. I'm going to say he or she right now for all of them because I don't know. I haven't really looked yet to figure out whether they're boys or girls. So don't take anything he or she as being correct, just what I'm saying. But this is Ramekin, the firstborn. Ramekin was definitely just on nursing, so I definitely interrupted him or her, but this whole class is very noisy. They meow a lot more than other kitten classes as a class. There's usually one noisy kitten. This is a group of all noisy kittens. So little Ramekin now weighs 5.3 ounces. That's very good for a kitten that's just a day or two old. And as you can see, Ramekin is a tuxie, real classic sort of tuxie pattern with the black here and the white ring around the neck. And then, of course, the little white V shaped on the face, if we can focus again. Come on, camera. Get with it. Okay, also very complainy. So that's little ramekin. Oh, look, she got a little white spot right in the middle of her belly, too. Black spot. Isn't that cute? Okay, so here's little ramekin. We're going to put her right back in there. Mom's going to keep rolling around to try to make sure the kittens stay in and safe. She's a real sweetheart. Okay, so that's ramekin, and if you don't know, ramekin is the word that they use for those like little bowls that you use when you're doing like prep work in the kitchen, or that maybe I saw someone on Discord say like if you're at a fancy restaurant and you ask for ketchup and they bring it out in a little ceramic dish, that's a ramekin. So maybe that would help somebody know what it is. I know if you've never worked in a kitchen, you might not know that term, and I have no idea where it comes from, but yeah, ramekin. So that's ramekin. Here's how it's spelled if you're curious. That was the picture of ramekin from like 2 seconds after he was born. That's why he's all wet. So, okay. So next we're going to look at Spatula, who was, I think, the second born and is all black. So not that one, but this one right back here. This is Spatula. He, or maybe she, I haven't really checked yet. All black. Trying to focus. The camera's going to have a real tricky time with this one. And no little white spots at all, as far as I've been able to see. Just entirely black little kitten. Just like, or a lot like, I should say, not exactly like, a little Beryl from the last class. So she's going to be adorable and precocious, just like little Beryl, I am sure. And a little lighter, 4.5 ounces. Again, 4.5 ounces. So this is little Spatula, which is a name I am just in love with. All these names, I think. TJ picked a real fun set of names for this one. Most of them are somewhat silly and fun, and she just had her little tongue stuck out. I don't know if you could see that or not. So that's tiny little Spatula. Okay. Then we have Teaspoon. So Teaspoon was the third one born, is definitely the smallest by a wide margin, so don't be surprised when this weight number is completely different. Oh, I just pulled him off that nipple. I'm sorry, buddy. We have such a hard time getting you to latch on, and then there you were, and I just wrecked it for you, but he's still got his tongue out. Yeah. So this one's definitely a boy. This one we know. And orange kittens are more likely to be boys, but it's not, it's only like a 80% more likely, or 80% likely to be a boy. So it's not like it wouldn't be certain, but I'm certain that he is a boy, in fact. He is, in fact, a boy. He weighs 3.2 ounces. That's a good number for you, buddy. We like that. Very happy about it. So you have been eating today. And as long as he keeps up those gains, he's going to be just fine, even though he is starting from way behind his brothers and sisters. So that's Teaspoon again, the little tiny Teaspoon, the tiniest of all, the little golden boy. Tiny little golden nugget, Teaspoon. Okay, see if you can get back in there to what you were doing, pal. You'll probably see me in here bothering him quite a bit, because every time I walk by or look at the stream and notice that he's not actively nursing, I come in here and try to get him to start nursing on a nipple. And it's been a real struggle, because he spends all of his time kind of Stevie Wondering, like waving his head from side to side instead of actually grabbing and nursing. So he's getting it, though. Obviously, he's getting gains slowly but surely. He's gaining weight, and so we're happy about it. And he's probably, he's not the smallest kitten that we've ever had. I think there's quite a few kittens we've had that were smaller than him. So nothing to worry about there. But still, we're keeping an eye on it. That brings us to who's probably the biggest, or maybe second biggest, is Goblet here. This is Goblet, who is the next born, number 4 born. And you can see Goblet has a real strong classic tabby pattern. In fact, I've been talking about Silo in the last class and comparing him to a classic tabby. And I talk about how real classic tabby has big swirls on the side. And you should be able to see Silo has on almost like a circle. Do you see that? And maybe the other side is even more. He's got like a whole little target with like a dot in the middle. He's also yelling out. This whole class yells so much. You can see there's like a big circle here with a dot in the middle. There's a kind of one on the other side too. That's the real classic tabby pattern that we're looking for. Big, bold circles. So noisy. He weighs 5.3 ounces today, and he is they're all big, big yellers. This whole class. Like I said, there's normally one in a class that likes to shout, but this class seems like they all like to yell. It's okay, buddy. Yeah, it's all right. So that is, again, little goblet, G-O-B-L-E-T, goblet, like a fancy cup for a fancy kitten. I hear you, buddy. Wow, wow, wow. With your little tongue stuck out. Yeah, okay, we'll send you back to Mom. So much shouting to do. And that leaves us with just one kitten left, our little black kitten with the white feet. Let's see, he's got little white feet and a little white belly, and otherwise he's all black, and so he's very cute. Oh, he was nursing too, but he came right off. He or she, I don't know. But you can see, look how cute that is. The whole black body, black face, and these little fancy white gloves and socks. Little tiny fancy white gloves. And then if we take a look under the undercarriage, you got some white on your belly and your neck. Here, let's take a good look, because I haven't even seen it too well myself. Oh, and a little white spot on the chin, too. DJ pointed that out the minute he was born, but we weren't sure. Looks like he might have white inside his ears as well. Look at that little white lip. Okay, wow, they're all big, big complainers in this group. So there you go. You can see, though, he's got a little tuxy belly and a little tuxy underwear. And the socks, and the rest of him is all black. So him or her, could be a girl. I still haven't really checked. Maybe some of you saw just now. I don't know. So that's 4.4 ounces. Kind of puts you in the middle here a little bit, I think. Right? There we go. Very noisy in the middle. I think that you're going to have a very cute face when that little white spot, when you grow into it a little bit. Look at that. Okay. So much to complain about, though. So much to complain about. I know. It's awful being so cute. Okay, we'll send you back to Mom. There you go. All right, so that is Nibbles and the Qtensils. Again, the kittens were just born on Saturday. And I know, like I said, I haven't talked too much about Nibbles yet, especially not in an official close-up. Nibbles is just a kitten herself, and probably a small one, too. She's probably like a 7-pound cat, maybe pushing 8 pounds when she's, not pregnant or nursing or whatever. So kind of a tiny cat, and they say that she's about 1.5 years old, which checks out. I think she's just barely a kitten herself. So this is also not her first class of kittens. The cats that come to us are all pregnant when they arrive at an animal shelter somewhere. And then, we help them have their very last set of kittens, and then make sure they're spayed or neutered, all the kittens and the mom, before they go on to their homes. So when I say it's going to be her last set of kittens, that's what I mean. So going out on a strong note with some very strong, very cute little kittens. And she's beautiful too. Her eyes, the most gorgeous golden color. I guess you can see that right there. Thank you for demonstrating that for me. And of course, she's got all these beautiful tortie patterns. And also, what I really like about it is she's also got some calico pattern, because she's got some white on her belly and around, which makes her technically a calico. Although, the difference between tortie and calico is whether or not they have white. So anything with white is technically calico, I guess. But the more of that white gene that gets expressed, the more that the orange and black become blobs, like you picture a calico having those big patches of orange and black, and less mixed like you picture a tortie having it all sort of mixed together and mottled. So you can see she's somewhere in between, where she's got some of the mottling, but it's not real strong mottled. And she's also got white on her. You can see some of it there on her toe from this angle. And then my favorite thing is if we can see her leg, some of her orange has real strong orange tabby markings in the orange. I can't get an angle on it from here, and I don't want to move her around. That's fine. You'll see it again later on, or if you watch the stream, you'll see it all the time. Some of the orange spots that she's got, you can even see it a little bit right here if you really have the eye for it, where you've got this shade of orange and then there's this orange stripe that runs through it. But if you can see her back legs later on, she's got a couple big patches of orange that have real clear tabby stripes going through them, and it's so cool. She's basically got all the markings done. She's got the tortie markings and the calico markings and the tabby markings. Super pretty. And then, of course, she's got those gorgeous golden eyes. Speaking of golden, where's your little golden boy? Oh, there he is, all the way at the back. Okay. I know, I just said I don't want to move you, but I do. I do want to move you a little bit. Now I'm done picking up your kids. Can we just go like this a little bit and open it up just a little bit? We'll help this one find his way back up here. There we go. Look how pretty she is. Now you can see more of that white I was talking about in here. Such a lovely, sweet mom. She's been through a lot. And like I said, she's hardly wanted to leave these kittens. I've seen her go out to the litter box one time since she gave birth to the kittens on Saturday afternoon. And then I've seen her go to the food bowl and she starts eating, but then one of the kittens will make a tiny meow and she'll immediately stop eating and run back to the box. Look at our little tiny boy. He just is fighting. Oh my gosh. So hard. He is going to fight for that. That's Teaspoon versus Ramekin. Actually, it seems like a fight that we see pretty often, Teaspoon and Ramekin specifically, the biggest with the smallest. So silly. Yeah, JRN, do we think she's over 1 year old? Yeah, actually, so her intake paper said she's about 1.5 years old. It's really hard to tell when you're talking about that kind of a difference. And when you don't know for sure when she was born, so you're just sort of guessing based on how she looks and how she acts and her teeth. But I think 1.5 years sounds about right. Well, I don't know what else to tell you about these kids. Not yet, anyway. We only just met them ourselves. It hasn't been that long since we met their mom. She, by the way, has been so sweet. And during her pregnancy, I would come in here and sit down on the beanbag chair, and she would come out of the box and just climb up on my lap and want to snuggle for as long as I would stay there. And it's rare to find a mom cat that volunteers to come up and get on your lap. But she is one that comes up there voluntarily. She wants to come hang out. That's pretty sweet. It's kind of hard for me to see and aim this camera all at once, but I'm trying to get in here a little bit closer so that you guys can see the kittens up close a little bit. Real mixed set of kittens there. Each one very distinct with its markings. Can't tell if Teaspoon's actually nursing back there or just fighting. It looks like he's just fighting. His head's moving around too much to be latched on. Now I want to help him with that. So I'll tell you what, one last thing I got to tell you guys before we wrap this up, which is This week on Wednesday, the older kittens, that's Silo and Barrel and Cistern, are going for their second regular vet trip and their second dose of the distemper vaccines. So that will be on Wednesday. They will be out for at least a little while. We'll be at the vet. I think it's kind of the midday. So if you tune in on Wednesday and you're wondering where the older kittens are at, they're going to be at the vet. But other than that, nothing much on the schedule for these guys. They should be around and watchable pretty much all the time. So thanks for tuning in. Sorry, it's been a while since the last close-up. I hope to do them more frequently. I've just about got these new machines set up. Very excited about them, but I'll tell you about them another time. For now, if you want to keep watching all these kittens, all you have to do is tune in to the regular Kitten Academy live stream, or you might be already watching me over there. And that's fine too. And hopefully I can catch you with another close-up soon enough, and maybe we can talk a little bit more about the older kittens. But for now, I want to be able to set this down and get my hands in there and see if I can help our little golden boy do what he's got to do a lot more of. So thanks, everybody. Oh, hey, one last thing. Just a reminder, it's normal for mom cats to pant, and it's normal to see a little bit of spotting, blood here and there after, and it's normal for them to sometimes lay on their kittens a little bit, and all that's fine. So no need to worry too much if you see any of that. And once again, you are going to see a lot of me with my hands in here sort of bothering the kittens and trying to help arrange them, and especially to get the little orange one to latch on and nurse. So don't worry about that either. That's just me trying to make sure he gets what he needs. And if he doesn't, we'll do supplemental feedings. But so far, he's gaining just enough to avoid that. So, okay, that's it. Thanks again. I'll see all of you next time.